And now they should be able to hear me. Yeah, what's good? What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vex, the Lurking Legend. Let's get a mic. One more time. Somebody make some noise real quick. Let me see if they can hear you.
Yo!
All right, classic. Yeah, of course. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Vex, the Lurking Legend, aka Nicopedia. You can just call me Vex. Welcome and thank you all for joining us once again, as tonight we dive into a new session of our online role-playing adventure set in the world of One Piece. Let me know how we sound. We sounded pretty good. Thank you so much for liking the stream. That's much appreciated. So many goats in the chat. But yeah, before we start, I just wanted to say that if you're interested in checking out the World Economic newspaper clippings and cover stories written by yours truly, you can check all that out and the bounty posters on the Scarlet Pirates Twitter, link in the description. I actually am slacking and haven't dropped a cover story yet, but I'll be posting one later tonight. And I still have one, because I stay a week ahead, to read for you guys at the end of this session, so stick around for that. That was the cover story from last session. And then I'll be reading the one that I post tonight at the end of our next session. But if you want to stay up to date, hit up the Twitter, link in the description, and you can catch that ahead of time. If you're enjoying the series so far, please do us a huge favor, like, share, and subscribe so you can catch us each week as we go live. That really helps everyone who makes these streams possible. Shout out to The Last Arc for putting this together and organizing it. Couldn't be who I am without them. I love them. I'm the head cook of The Last Arc. You can catch me on their streams pretty much twice weekly, every week. We definitely love them. Link in the description for their channel. Go join the server. Go subscribe to their channel as well. Lots of just amazing content there, and a few other D&D groups that you can also catch. Like Group 3, I heard that Group 3 clears, and they go every Saturday on Ragnelius' channel. Make sure you go check out the homies. We've also got Cody 8, which is also on Saturdays, but like slightly after Group 3, which I am a player in. So if you want to catch your boy as a player instead of a DM, it's a whole lot of fun. We just had our second session last week, and we'll be having our third one this Saturday. It's going to be a blast. But that's more than enough for me. Please do make sure you check out the descriptions and like the stream and whatnot. But let's hear it from our players. We are started off by I'm so glad to have you back here, brother. We've got Ragnar, aka Lord Vegeta, aka the Gate Guardian, returning with us here, playing Lord Azrael. How you doing, bro?
Well, for one, I'm replacing Vegeta. My name is Random Dude. It's nice to have me back too. How you doing, chat?
I'm just joking. I'm glad to be back. I'm more surprised nothing has changed since I've been gone, but I'm happy to be back for sure. And I'm also, it's my first time hearing about this new Saturday group. Cody, I wish you filled me in so I could actually watch and see the first two sessions. But yeah, other than that, I'm glad to be back.
It was a long time coming, and they were missing a player, and it just opened up that I was able to hit them up on Saturdays. You can catch the first VOD for it on the Last Arc's channel, like in the videos, and there's a playlist for the D&D stuff as well. It's so much fun. Like, it is crazy. The second VOD isn't up yet on YouTube. You can catch it on Cody's Twitch. Links to those things in description. But yeah, we're so glad to have you back, and a little bit has changed. You guys got some loot, some booty, and are a little bit scuffed up, but really it was mostly like camels, right? We're also joined by Partypete, aka Percules, who is piloting Bang D Boom. How you doing today, bro?
I'm living the dream, man. Group 3 might clear, but just understand the Group 2 solos.
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh, yeah, just to make sure we're clear. But yeah, excited. Should be a good session, so glad to be here with y'all folks.
Glad to have you, brother. And then we also have King Calm in the house. We have Chill Dill, who's formerly NoChill Dill, also formerly Hat D Tori, also formerly what's good, brother? How you doing? He's partying NoChill Dill, or he's piloting NoChill Dill.
Yo! What is up, everybody? How we doing tonight? All my lovely team members are on call with us. All my lovely viewers are in chat. We ready to get into it.
The hype. the absolute hype. That's the frontline combatant of the last arc himself right there. And then we have, we're also joined by Torimori, aka Mikey D, piloting Helmsman himself, Davos. What's good, brother?
What up, what up? Welcome back, chat. Warm welcomes back to Ragnar. It's great to have the whole posse here today. Logging into the voice chat was extra invigorating to see us all reunited again. So excited for another awesome Tuesday night.
Hell yeah, super hype.
We felt so good.
Bruh. And then last but not least, we have the one and the only Scarlet, the future queen of the pirates, the captain herself, piloted by Balincc.
Yo, bro, I'm hyped this shit for the man. I can't wait to see what you guys store for me and my pirates, bro.
Let's go. All right. Yeah, if you guys missed it last time, or if you just couldn't bear the terrible audio quality, might be. We have apparently gotten it figured out now. What's up, Tree? Let me make you a mod really quick. But yeah, last time we fought a whole petting zoo, gone terribly wrong. So yeah, that was awesome. These guys killed a bunch of ants. I'm sorry, unalived a bunch of ants in GTA, and like wasps and spiders, and a freaking lion downed big Azrael. And it was crazy. There was some snakes. There's a giraffe. The giraffe was crazy strong too. And like the one thing that actually survived, that didn't run away, is they befriended this lovely little rhino. As they defeated a conniving, double-crossing, not a very nice person named Erwin, who's one of the bounty hunters of the Glass House. You guys thought on what you would name the rhino? Very curious.
I wanted
Rhino
to name. No, I wanted to name him Rocky.
I still like Rhino B.
Rocky B.
I want to hear what the captain has.
Rocky B.
Oh my goodness.
Rocky B.
But that was like perfect timing. So, working title. You know, we got Rocky B here. Let me zoom in really quick so you guys can see. And yeah, a whole bunch of the camels, like I said, got pretty scuffed. But you guys are actually not in that bad of shape, right?
Yeah, chilling for real.
I think just Big Azra.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that dude took massive
He
damage.
tried to solo that lion. I will not lie. I'll give him that. He damn sure tried to solo that lion, but an ant decided to walk up and say "fuck you."
Well, and the lion crit, and you know, crit happens. You can never really plan for it, but that was when I saw that, I was like, oh my god, one of my favorite NPCs ever might die. I mean, might unalive.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, YouTube. Don't ask me, homie. But yeah, it was crazy. It was actually like I was terrified pretty much the whole fight. As I was like, I thought literally three of the camels did go down. Which was even crazier. It was like T-Bone and Roomba and Follow. Follow was the goat though. No, there was actually a goat. I can't say that because there was literally an actual goat, and that thing did some damage as well. But yeah, Dal Wisney, Beast whispered to this big bird that was carrying people away, and it ended up giving you guys like a little bit of a surprise attack from behind and all that, and like I think Bang D Boom got like a shot off on the giraffe while y'all were up there too. It was the only thing tall enough. What's up, Dill?
Oh no, I was saying yeah, because he did get that shot off with the ballista cannon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and so Azrael is carrying around the big Azrael is carrying around the sword and the stone thingy. He's extremely weak. In fact, I'm going to give him a level of exhaustion after he tried to solo that lion and almost succeeded. But he is exhausted right now. The rest of you guys actually do me a solid. I'm gonna need a full round of Constitution checks. Not a save, like a check.
Okay.
Yeah, we're looking to clear 12. 12 or higher.
Oh,
Wow. First roll of the night.
We got
No,
with
I need-
flying colors and just barely.
Yeah, now I need Scarlet and Lord Azrael, please, as well. Constitution checks.
I'm doing it right now. Give me a second.
Nice.
Let's
Oh
go.
my goodness. This is wild. This is absolutely wild.
Ragnelius.
Oh my god. I hope you guys didn't hear my neck pop. Just that was heinous. That was criminal.
No, it did not.
Stream might have. Oh no. Okay.
He rolled a save. He rolled a save.
Oh, okay. So roll just to
Check.
check. Yeah, which is like instead of like where the saving throws are, just click on like the actual ability. Okay, cool. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so none of you are taking a level of exhaustion. You guys are feeling pretty great. But Azra, like Big Azra, and a few of these Campbells are actually not feeling great. So we'll take that into consideration as we move forward. I believe you guys were wanting to you had looted the body, and I had messaged you guys about that, so make sure you've all divvied that up amongst yourselves and whatnot. If you wanted to roleplay any conversations on that, feel free. But what's the next move, y'all?
I just want, with the loot that we got from there, I wanted to use the rope and the chain that I got to make a bit, like, you know, how like a horse has a bit you can steer it with for the rhino. And then I'm gonna use the padded leather or the leather armor padding. And at the end of the last session, I was asking to skin that lion.
You were, in fact, asking. Oh, I'm on the wrong page.
Yeah, so if I can skin that lion, I would like to use the lion skin and the leather armor padding to form a makeshift saddle.
Give me a survival. See how that goes. Yeah, I would say you have advantage. Oh, you don't need it. That's fine. Yeah, you make a perfectly fine saddle, like no sweat whatsoever.
Right. And I would like to feed the rhino one of the days of rations that was on Erwin's persons, if everyone's okay with that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna move this guy to be right near you. Also, stream. Yeah.
I have a question about those rations. Was that 3 days worth of rations or 3 1 days worth of rations?
I think that's the same thing.
That's the same thing. Yeah, I think. I'm confused, but can you be more specific?
Each ration is good for one day, and there's 3 of them, so I think it's the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
just didn't know
cool.
if it was like all in one container.
Also,
I just
Dill.
need one of 3 rations to feed this rhino.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's a hungry rhino, so it'll gobble that right up. Roll me a D10. Pete. While you're doing that, Dill, is your devil fruit still active, or do you just like the aura? The aura.
I turned it on right before we left because I was going to decapitate Erwin with my devil fruit active.
Sick. Yeah, Erwin is very much decapitated, and you guys see the life essence. Like, think of like when Brooke. That is a crazy 10. I love that. The rhino. But think about like when Brooke like passed, and then his like devil fruit took like a year. Like you just see like this little soul bubble that's like trying to escape, but like still flavor it. How are you? How's this look to them? I've painted half the picture. Finish it off. Pause.
As it starts to go upwards, it feels my presence command it back towards the skull.
Sick. So that happens, and then I'm assuming you're going to shut off your devil fruit.
Right after.
Cool. Yeah. Dalt and Russ are like super like Russ has got like adrenaline like pumping through his veins, and he's just like, that was crazy. Like he's freaking out a little bit. Doll Wisney is tending to the big burb, like the biggest burb, and making sure that that thing don't go crazy, and she's kind of calming it down. And she's just like, wow, okay, yeah, this thing really thinks like we're all its children now. Even the camels, it's crazy. You know, for such a big bird, it doesn't have a very big brain, and she's kind of like laughing while petting it on its beak. Big Azra is literally just like kind of laying flat down on that rock right now, with it like T-posing, like with his arms out. He's just like, he's beat right now. And Samiya is going to walk over and start to tend to him. And she's actually going to throw out a Cure Wounds. So that this guy can be not right at rock bottom of his HP. Cure Wounds.
I have a above table question.
Yeah.
What do you have to do to cure a level of exhaustion?
In my game, Lesser Restoration does it, but in normal rules, you'd have to take a big fat rest.
Okay, so me healing him would not help with his exhaustion at all.
Correct.
Okay.
Wait, so in your game, we can't even take a long rest to get rid of exhaustion?
No, that's what I said. Like a big fat rest, a long rest will get rid of it for sure.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying in other games, not in your. Okay.
No, yeah, rules is written. You have to long rest to get rid of like one, I think. But I've made it to where Lesser Restoration can get rid of one as well, because I think the spell is just weaker in P5e than normal. And I've changed exhaustion because I don't run the base 5e exhaustion. I use the 1 D&D exhaustion. So Big Azra is taking a -1 penalty to all of his D20 rolls right now.
And,
but trust me, that is better than the terrible exhaustion that is normal 5e.
Yeah,
what was the 1D for? Because I crit that.
Yeah, it was for the rhino because you fed him food.
Oh yeah. Shout out my boy.
Yeah, so patched up a little bit. That would be like what y'all can do in the immediate like minute to 5 minute period after or when that whole combat ended. What are you guys thinking about doing now? Y'all want to rest up a little bit or try to just make like advance a bit? Samiya and Lord Azrael can both kind of tend to some of the camels that have already been brought up a little bit. I think Lord Azrael did, and it's good to go. Yeah, what's the game plan?
I'm gonna ask the captain what they want to do.
That was what I was also gonna do.
That was a good question.
We've been on here for a minute, and we actually got Davos back. Unfortunately, we couldn't rob anybody in the process.
Yo.
We got Davos back. So, we can either explore this terrain, or we could just head back to the port and clean ourselves up.
Hear me out, Captain. It took us a while to get to this side of the island. I feel like we should maximize our returns after we rest for a little bit. These guys said they work for some sort of, or not even they work for, like they're based out of somewhere.
The glass house.
Right. From my perspective, none of these guys have particularly been super tough. So I don't see why we don't take everything for them to prepare for our journey.
Everybody else agree on that?
I like that line of thinking.
And I also like that line of thinking if they have a decent base too, that's always pretty cool.
Oh, that's the best stuff for the night.
Yeah.
Keep on moving.
It's like the middle of the day. Like you guys already rested like maybe I would say like maybe an hour ago. You guys just had a long rest before pulling up on this whole spot, and you could like rest again if you wanted to, but yeah, that like a long rest, it would be 8 hours, so it would be nighttime by the time you got around nighttime.
Also, Captain, I would like to take the grappling hook and wooden shield.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, we got you with those.
Thank you.
Yeah. So does anyone know how far we are from the glass house?
I think Erwin might have known.
Well, he's dead,
Wait.
so
Did we ever
That's
figure
true.
out what happened with that illusion temple?
Oh.
So we stole its main source of whatever function it had, because it was a silent area that was no wind, and as soon as we took out the sword, the wind changed.
yo, quick question: what if we put it back?
Yeah, so let me so Azrael can't do the normal attacks with it because it currently still has a giant stone slab attached to the bottom
Right,
of
right.
it.
I'm not talking about an attack. I'm just talking about putting it back.
Well, we could always go to that hideout first, and on our way back, we can do it.
Okay. Well, I just think we should give, some reasonable amount of time for folks to recover. Those animals were a little bit tougher than anticipated. And I feel like maybe trying to figure that out might be something to do in the meantime. I mean, how far are we from it anyway?
Well, how does the crew feel about traveling during the nighttime and sleeping during the day right now?
Samia just raises her hand like very subtly and shyly, and she's like, yeah, not a great idea. The weather's drastically different. And the types of critters are a lot more active than they're a lot like all the reptiles. They're built more for the colder climates, believe it or not. And there's a lot of bats. They're not fun. If you didn't like the falcons, you're not gonna like them. There's a lot more of them.
Well, how far are we from the temple?
Russ like helped you guys get track like away from there and towards the river that you thought you were at. It's like, I don't know, like 40 something minutes, like to an hour ish.
Well, hear me out.
But that's at full speed on camelback. Your camels are not gonna be able.
So like on foot, what, a couple hours?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so hear me out. We backtrack a couple hours. We could try putting this thing back, and maybe we see some cool stuff. If we don't see some cool stuff, worst case scenario, we camp out at the temple. We make up the couple hours tomorrow. We take over the glass house.
Camping out of the temple doesn't seem like a bad idea, to be honest. I will say that.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that pitch too. Yeah.
All right, Azrael. Hey, hop on. Rocky B, our newest member. Hop on, bro.
Rocky B.
Yeah, he just extends his like big old mitt up a little bit, and he's just like yeah, you're gonna have to help me up there, buddy.
What do I have to do? A strength check or something?
Yes, you do. Yeah, you know the deal. Like,
It's for my dogs.
let's see, what did you roll? Yeah, so he pulls you down like slightly prone with like by like hefting himself up, and you guys are both kind of like unbalanced for a bit, but it's no damage to you. You do succeed, but it's not like a phenomenal and he's just like thanks, brother. And he goes to like slap you on the back, but he like stops and he's like, oh, sorry. And he caught himself a little bit, and you can see him like stumbling a bit as he's like he's still kind of woozy. And Samia's like, take it easy, and then he just like yeets himself up onto the gigantic rhino back.
Right. I'm gonna hop up there with my boy Azrael. And Captain, are you good with going back to the temple, or what you want to do?
Well, I don't want to see what else is out there. Man,
Right, but I'm
what's
saying
this-
for the night, like if we get fully rested, we might get to find some secrets at this temple trying to put this thing back, hypothetically, and we get rested, and then at the worst case scenario, we're a couple hours behind where we are today. which means we can still make it to the glass house probably before nighttime tomorrow.
Okay, Logan.
Does anybody want to roll history? It would be like a very low, like a straight 10 DC. This shit just happened.
Yeah, I'll
Anybody
try
proficient
it.
in history?
I am not proficient.
Oh,
but my
boom, got a 12.
is the 3.
Well, I could do a thing. Give me a second. I don't know if anybody used it while I wasn't here, but I had inspiration, so I have advantage if I wanted.
If you wanted to use it, you could, but we do have 2 people who passed. We got Bang D Boom.
Okay, that's fine then.
Yeah, Bang D Boom and Scarlet are both kind of like thinking back and forth, like about the temple thing. And you guys remember what Dalt Wisney had kind of read off of the side of the temple, and you guys kind of came to the conclusion with she had a lot of confidence in that it was probably the time of day. Like it was like noon whenever you guys were there, and that might have been the reason why it was completely different from when her and Davos had passed by previously. You're not sure that if you go back to the temple right now that it'll even be the same thing. Just remember there was like a mysterious crater that showed up out of nowhere, and the river moved, and like there's some fuckery, you know, for sure. Hope we hit the 10-minute mark.
That's that hypothesis.
Oh yeah, that's where I got all these from. I start pointing to the bunch of plants, bundle of thorns, wrapped up in shields and rope.
Oh yeah, we've been going for like 30 minutes. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. But yeah, yeah, you guys could go test that hypothesis. But you'd be going the exact opposite direction of the glass house.
Hey, at the end of the day, it's up to the captain. Just figured it might be worth a shot.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm okay with going to the glass house now. I just thought camping or getting the rest in would be good too. I'm okay with either one.
Right. My thing is, if we're going in a bounty hunters, I feel like we should be at close to full strength as possible.
All right, let's go to the temple and go rest.
Honestly, I think we got it. But
We got it, right? I agree. I think so
don't
too,
know.
Mikey.
like you said though, I'll follow the captain's orders, but I think we got it. We could have an auxiliary team of whoever is a little too exhausted to wait outside. The rest of us can route the place. It'll be good. Could be fun.
Well, my thing with routing the place, like, you know, we probably expended a good number of attacks, you know, spells and stuff like that in the animal fight. A good rest might be advantageous.
I think whichever one we do, we can rest at either one. So the resting isn't really a point. It's just, do we want to have it done before a battle?
Well, I think resting after the battle might be kind of pointless.
The people that we took out, will they be suspicious if they haven't seen them in like 8 hours?
You guys do have their Den Mushi, so you might be getting a call from. But yeah, probably. Like they seem to be fairly tight knit, because you remember overhearing the conversation between Feo and Erwin back when Davos was still the crew.
That would so this would also be a thing we have to take into consideration, that if we wait too long, they might get really prepared for us being there.
Yeah.
That is actually a very good point.
It's true. But I like our odds, even if they're at their full strength. I still like our odds if we're at our full strength. But, you know, I think a lot of resources were consumed in the process of this.
I personally am missing 1 spirit point and 1 2nd level spell slot. So
Right.
I'm doing okay.
Okay.
I don't know where everyone else is at, and I'm definitely down to adhere to
I
that.
don't know.
I'm just saying.
Someone fill me in. What did I do?
I think you use like
what
one.
is it?
I think you use like 1 spell slot and like I think you raged.
Or
once.
medicine, or the combat medicine.
I don't think he raged. I don't think he used a combat medicine. He used one magic missile, but that's your cantrip.
I think you cured
Okay.
wounds. Yeah, no, it's not.
Creative dilettante.
Yeah, I think you used your 1 and 8 create a magic missile, and then I think you used 1. So you're not missing much at all.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good, but I'm pretty solid. Scarlet?
Oh, I've been saying let's go to the temple.
It's pretty much at this point. It's like a majority going for the temple, man. We might as well the temple or the temple. What's the name of the place? The Glass House, the Bounty Hunters. So Scarlet's like the temple. So it's up to Scarlet, to be honest. If Scarlet says the temple, I'm going to the temple.
Yeah.
Let's go to the temple.
There it is.
Traveling back to the temple. Let me. Well, not that, but let's go back over here and refresh the stream really quickly. All right. So yeah, you guys are wanting to go back to the temple.
Me thinking back to. I wonder how Harry's doing.
Oh, they had a cover story of this recently. Yeah, like but
I had access to Ragnar did, and I definitely moved him back one singular space on accident.
yeah. So you guys are wanting to make your way back over to the ruins, the ruined temple area. All right. I'm gonna need perception checks all around.
Let's go.
15, not bad.
Instead of trying to perceive, can I actively investigate?
No.
Okay.
That's my passive, bro. Wish I did that.
So is anyone's
right.
passive higher than 15?
No, my passive is 13.
My
Comments?
14. Nope.
I think Davos does have a good passive. I don't
That's what
remember
I think too.
It's 14, so it's all right.
It is all right, yeah. So yeah, Davos and Dill, being on the lookout and whatnot, are noticing that, especially Davos, who cannot be surprised, and he has traveled this path with a little bit more experience than some others, is noticing that it seems bizarre that even some of the mountains themselves might have moved. Like the positioning, like you're fairly familiar. You even saw like some of similar like cactus fixtures and arrangements, and like some things you're just like how is this possible? You know, it doesn't really make full sense. You guys are headed, then you're like about maybe halfway from where you would assume that from the river, from where the river was to where the temple should be. You guys are about halfway there. It took maybe about 20 minutes. Or no, I'm sorry, it would take like probably about like 45 minutes because the camels are not gonna be able to minutes, you know.
Do any of the camels need any water?
No, they're pretty well stocked. What's up, JJ, John Sherrod on all social media. Big shout out to my OPU fam in the chat. But yeah, the camels, they're pretty stocked up. They can store like a couple of days worth of water, especially the big one from Punzel.
Yeah, I just didn't know how. Well, I knew that they had stopped with Dalt and Davos, but I just didn't know if they got.
I know it's
fill.
confusing. You know, Walt Disney.
I didn't want to say
Dalt
Walt
Disney.
Disney. I don't know.
No, not sponsored. Don't sue me, Disney. Dalt Wisney. Yeah, she's also fairly confused. Actually, I'll have her roll a percent. We'll see if she. We'll see if she got it. If she has what it takes.
Yeah, but how many of us see this?
Distance right now. I'm used to having her token on screen and just being able to click that. I completely forgot her step. Let's go. Perception. I roll above a 15. Well, that happened.
Not
So, yeah.
15.
A lot of people are very, very, very confused right now. Specifically, Dill and Davos. You guys are like, something isn't quite adding up. Do you guys proceed?
I'm gonna kind of position myself in the back and just say to everybody, make sure you don't get split up. I've got a really, really extra bad feeling about this right now. Just stay together as a group.
Yeah, I agree.
Yo,
Alright.
I'm gonna stick my finger in the dirt, rub it on my tongue, raise my finger in the wind. Tastes like dirt, feels like wind.
Russ is like Russ just kind of like walks up behind you. He's just like no judgment, man. I get it.
I want to ask him if he ever seen the mountains move like that.
You're asking who?
Russ.
Oh man, yeah. Yeah. So he's just like we really don't spend too much time over here. This is referred to as the red spine, and like I said, last night before we rested up, we were told by Baba this was kind of like off limits part of the desert, just because it was dangerous. I mean, there's creatures out there in between the cactus belt that are extremely dangerous. They put all these creatures to shame, and then there's also a lot of poisonous creatures, more specifically in the White Sand Desert. But we were told that the bounty hunters are ruthless. King's Coast specifically, there's actual sea monsters. We've never really been over around this part.
She
Oh,
called these the Red Spine Mountains?
Just the red spine.
Oh.
I'm astonished. I have no words. I'm speechless with that.
I'm trying to
I
figure out a way
thought I mentioned that. I thought I mentioned that last night. Although for some reason it feels like over a month ago. I feel like I've known you guys for so long.
It's only been a couple days, buddy. But hey, man, you know I love you though. You know we love you though. Probably just all love that's making you think that time passed so fast.
I think we should all bring it in for a group hug. And at the same time, say that I am looking at the mountains to see if I notice any slight movements.
None of you touch me.
Bro, I will allow for an investigation check, but I will let you know the DC is going to be a lot higher because investigation is typically more up close. And you are not close. Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Does that help?
Chad, this man just rolled a soft 20. So I'm going to be completely honest, that was the DC that I said, so yes, that does help. You can see there is a little tiny baby cloud in the distance. And it looks like the cloud is drifting. But as you blink and kind of squint and narrow your eyes and hone your sight, you notice the cloud is not moving. Mountain peak. Ever so slightly.
I issue a warning to the captain. That mountain is still currently moving, Captain.
I don't want to do anything weird. What if it's people around here? You think it's people moving that mountain?
I don't think people can move the mountain. I think the mountain is moving itself. I think it being called Red Spine is an actual meaning of something.
Samia walks up to you and she's just like, brother Dill, and I call you brother, and she like pulls out like a little like a loosely woven like a cloth like thing of like fibers from like the roots of certain like cacti and things like that, and she dampens it with like a little bit of water from her water skin. That's that good. That's that like that refined spring water that I gave Azrael the 5 temp HP. And she's like she like extends a handful where she's like you're suffering maybe from heat stroke. Like they say that it happens a lot. There's mirages that will take a hold of your vision, and sometimes even your smell. Here, can I? And she like offers to like blot you on the forehead with like the good water.
No, if I lose focus of where this cloud's position is, that mountain will be in a completely different spot.
She's like, oh, what's good, Lucas? Straw Hat Lucas in the chat. She specifically was like, cloud, and she kind of squints and like puts her hand on her brow, like to visor from the sunlight. She stares out and she's just like, there's no way there's clouds out, not over the red sand. And she like is like actively observing. I don't even think it is very, very loosely possible. Give me just thinking. I'll go with station. And she's like, I'm sorry. It seems the heat has gotten to you. Really, you should. And she like extends over to like blot you on the forehead with like the good water.
I dodge out of the way.
And she's like, oh, okay. Just, and she like kind of whispers to Lord Azrael, and she's like, are you able to talk any sense into him, or can you just keep a close eye on him? Like this is concerning. This is one of the first signs
about my brother?
The heat stroke. Yeah, like it's a serious issue. The number one cause of death in the desert, outside of poison.
Just to be clear, I don't know if you know this, but my brother doesn't get heat stroke.
Just kind of blinks.
Like quite literally. quite literally, he doesn't.
I didn't want to say it to her and break her heart, but at least he did.
But yeah, so you're just intently observing the one little tiny lonely solo cloud up in the sky there.
I'm looking at it so intently that I've zoned out from staring at the cloud, and I'm watching the horizon behind it so I can see any movement in that entire area.
Yeah, all you see is just kind of like a golden yellow like hum above the actual like the horizon is like kind of muddled in the distance. You can't really see much. You know there is another mountain range much further away, like miles and miles and miles away. 2 entire deserts in between you and those mountains. This is just but one of the mountain range in one of the deserts on this half of the island. So you're not able to really see too much, even with your crazy cracked investigation roll.
Yeah.
I'm loving the love in the chat right now. You guys are amazing. We love you, chat. We love you, Cody. We love you, Lucas.
If you need, you can hop on my back and just tell me what direction to sprint in.
I'll keep that in mind, brother.
Yeah, so after a brief moment of confusion, and Samia is firmly convinced that you are seeing mirages, but you seem to be convinced to the contrary. You guys are able to proceed with a little bit more caution, and Davos taking up the rear. Pause.
Whoa! Check, please.
He said. as you guys kind of get more into the narrowing, canyon type, like in between, like the vertebrae, so to speak. For lack of a better term. No, there's definitely a better term. But I'm laying it on pretty hard here because Dill seems to think that he's onto something. You guys are fairly familiar that you're nearing your ideal destination here of the ruins, the broken down temple that you guys had spent so much time getting the whole well cleared of the crazy cactus column and getting some booty pause. You can all feel no check needed or anything. It just happens, and Russ starts to. You can like kind of see goosebumps on his arms and stuff like that as you guys get to a point where you're so nestled in between the mountains that it seems as though all of the wind has stopped from any direction. And he like licks his finger and he looks to Lord Azrael and he's like, "Feel that? No wind."
You're right. I lick my finger. He's right. There is no wind. He's right, right?
He is right, yeah.
Yeah, he's right.
What were you gonna say, Balincc?
No, I was just saying that. What the hell is going on? Why is there no wind? The mountain's moving. There's no wind, and I look at Samia. Yo, what's going on?
Well, this was kind of like last time. Remember? There's and like By the way, Dalt Wisney has the giant ass bird also just following you guys, and the bird seems to be having like a much harder time like keeping afloat, and so it grounds itself and is just like chicken walking like near you guys and whatnot. Big Azrael like puts out his arm and he's like you wanna no, and he like double thinks it. He's like, that's not gonna work. Like like he's trying to like be like a falconer. One of those dudes. Yeah. But this thing is just way too huge. But it's like not even able to keep flight. There's no wind. There's no drafts, no updrafts or tailwinds or anything like that. And so this bird is just like lagging behind you guys now. And yeah, like Dalt Wisney and Samia and Russ, they're just like this is almost exactly like last time when we were by the ruins. Remember? We were in between those big like tower things, those monoliths, and there was no wind. And Russ is like kind of just like shivering, and he's like, I don't like it. And you guys are like looking around and looking forward as you cautiously proceed. And Davos, you will see a familiar sight. And Dalt Wisney is also aware that this is ruins, but it's not the same thing that you all saw. This is what you saw the first time you passed by. Nothing super special to note. Just a Stonehenge-like rock fixture, some collapsed, some barely standing, some like boulders just kind of chilling, like some crumblage, like rubble and things like that. A few dispersed cacti, but none of them crazy cacti. Completely different terrain than the one that you guys once discovered and explored very thoroughly. But just a few hours earlier.
Can I run any sort of... It might be a long shot, but could I run any sort of check, like maybe nature, maybe insight, I don't know. Regarding the geography, like... Wait, say what?
Yeah, what was that, Ragnar?
Is there a check for intuition?
So there's insight. I would also say survival, or I think it would be like insight or survival, depending on how you want to flavor it.
Okay.
I will allow anybody to roll it, but those of you who are not present the first time around will do so with disadvantage. Davos and Dalt Wisney. Flat. Actually, Dalt Wisney's gonna help you, Davos. so you can do it with advantage.
What's
Okay,
the,
okay.
Either insight or survival, depending on how you.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so
That'll be you, Helms.
Yeah, I'm not rolling. What?
so essentially, Davos in his head is like thinking, okay, so we've kind of in our frame of mind gone back and forth, but the first time we came upon this one, the second time we came upon the other one, third time we came upon this one. What was different about the way that we got here? And I kind of posit that out. Maybe Dalt could bounce off. I posit that out to everybody, though.
Well,
She
when we came up
raises
with
a
y'all, we
finger.
came from the right side.
I know
Yeah.
y'all weren't with me, but I'm kind of
Yeah.
explaining to like I'm
No.
just kind of talking out loud to everybody. Like, okay, this is what happened. It's like first time we found it, second time it was the second ruins, though. Now we're coming back and it's these. What is different that we're missing? Like, there
Yeah.
has to be some catch to the way the sands are moving.
Dill chimes in, and at what he says, Dalt gets extremely excited and like lifts up a finger, and she's just like, yeah, that's exactly correct. We were coming from so this would be what was this, northeast? Well, before with all of us, we were coming from the east, and now we're headed to the west more so. Maybe that's it. And she's like, but I still think that based off of that old writing that it might have something to do with the time of day. I don't know.
I agree. I think the people that built this temple knew what they were building it for.
Then what would happen if we waited here? Are we moving with it? Clearly not right along with it.
And then Russ is like hold on, I got this. Squats down and drops down to one knee and uses his two fingers, his pointer and his thumb, to pinch a little bit of the sand, twinge it in between a little bit, and then like examine it with his eye, presses it to his tongue. After an awkward, ominous. Yeah, this isn't the same place we were before. Anybody else getting that vibe? And he's just like looking kind of like he's like scratching his head.
I mean, there's definitely something weird going on, but this is far out of my area of expertise.
Captain, do you mind if I take an exploration team to go look at that cloud that shouldn't be in the desert?
Will you ping where that is on the map again?
I'll join.
Oh yeah, give me just a... So Dill saw it like on the other end of the mountain, so it would be like way over here.
Okay, yeah, I'm in. I'm game.
Alright, so my plan for this was to take Dalt as well and have her speak with the Rustwing Falcon and have the Rustwing Falcon fly us up to the cloud.
Oh, yeah, that bird can't carry all of us. I'm just gonna stay back then.
No, correction.
That's why I wanted
That
to
bird
get
can
extra-
that bird can absolutely carry all of you. Just maybe not big Azra because he has the giant sword in the stone right now.
Oh, then I'm definitely going.
It definitely can't carry the rhino either, but it can carry like this bird carried like 4 individuals in one talon alone.
Well, Dill was asking for expedition squad, so it's not all of us going.
Yeah.
You also need enough people to hang back.
Yeah, I was gonna say myself, Dalt, Russ, and maybe one more.
I'm staying with the rhino.
I want to go to the skies.
Again.
You got
Just to
this,
be clear,
Ragnar.
if
You got
anybody
it.
knows clouds, it's me.
That is true. That is really true. One more round of perception checks across the board, and then Scarlet, what say thee? Do you want to split the party like Dill was asking? Yikes.
I'll take my passive instead.
I'll roll it. Let's see what happens.
My passive's an 11.
I'll use my inspiration right there.
Okay. Yo, Balincc. Boston.
Oh, Captain, my Captain, you're muted.
Alright,
All right, so
I
while
just
that's
heard
happening,
him
I might as
talk
well
a
do
second
it.
ago. I wonder if he dropped.
Are you still in the call? I'm gonna roll perception.
Ooh, starting, please do.
14, not bad. Okay, so Lord Azrael, you are absolutely going to be able to hear, you're the only one who hears it though, a loud pop to the north.
My antennas are shaking. I heard
Oh,
a pop,
shit.
guy.
Well, wow. Okay, Scarlet rolled the.
My fault.
I'll give it to you. Yeah. You and Lord Azrael both hear just a loud pop. With your 23, Balincc, you hear it kind of echoing a bit, and you can determine that it is coming from, actually, literally the direction that you guys just came from, but way more north. So probably the glass house.
I'm gonna like alert everybody and also Russ. Be like, guys, that's just me. I just heard something coming north. Seems like some shit's going on back that way. And I'll ask Russ. Wait, Russ, what's far north of here?
Well, the King's Cove, and there's Claw Cape, and the Glass House, of course. There's supposed to be. Somebody spoke of like some oasis that's supposed to be at the end of the Red Spine, but that's probably just a myth. Like there's barely any water around here. Even the rivers dry up pretty frequently.
Captain, I don't think you heard earlier, but my brother here was asking for an expedition request.
Almost there.
I was going to take myself, Dalt, Russ, and one more person with the Rustwing Falcon to go investigate the cloud that I saw.
Russ and Dope, you okay with leaving with Dill?
Russ is like I mean, I don't know, man. I got pretty good eyes, and I don't see any clouds. But
I think Rust is actually better on the ground, guys.
I'm not leaving my sister alone. She's going. I'm going.
That's what I
I
was
think
figuring.
we take Dill, we take Davos, and no one here knows clouds like me, so I gotta go.
Yeah, I think you should go. You've been itching to go. I totally get that.
Let's just say I missed the sky.
So if it's what, Russ, Dalt, Davos, Dill, and Ragnar, then that means that Big Azra, Bang D Boom, Scarlet, Rocky B,
Samia.
Samia. Okay, so it's like 6 go and about 5 plus all the camels stay. So I mean, it's kind of like a good split, right? If y'all are wanting to split the party. which terrifies me as a DM, but it's y'all's call.
Do we need 6 people to go look at clouds?
What's 5 people
I
to
don't
look at clouds?
Yeah, I'll stay back. I thought that's what we were saying.
Okay, so then
Okay, so
myself, Dalt, Russ, and Lord Azra.
on the Falcon.
Yes.
Okay, so is that what y'all are doing?
So
I
it's,
asked
it's,
Captain.
it's, it's a brother and sister and 2 brothers. Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm cool with that. Just
Heard,
be safe up
Captain.
there.
I'll make sure all of us return.
Yeah, trust the vice captain. The vice captain knows what he's doing. Let's go to the
I
clouds. to the
have no
clouds.
worries there. I'll see you all soon.
Super.
Oh, and right before we leave, I told Dill, give me some kind of signal if you catch anything.
You guys have Denden Mushi for now.
We could just call you.
Yeah, we have to.
Oh, we split up the deadlands? Oh, I thought,
Yeah,
Oh.
I have one. I have
Ragnar,
one.
then come.
So you guys should have Ragnar, obviously, which y'all started with. Y'all just got one from Erwin. Y'all got one. Y'all got one from Feo, and I believe y'all got one from Cactus Jack.
Yeah, I've got Cactus Jack's Dendemushi in my pocket.
So that's 4 total Dendens across the party.
Okay, so we'll take Ragnar Den and another one of the Den Mushis. And leave you all with 2.
I'm gonna pull. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just laughing.
I'm already done.
Yeah. So you guys are just making. Y'all have each other's Denden and Mushi numbers. You'll also notice that there are like a few other like speed dial numbers. Presumably, other bounty hunters.
Interesting.
Since they're all 3, all of the 3 Denden that are not Ragnar, and like all the 3 new Denden are all from the Glass House bounty pirates, bounty hunters, bounty pirates.
as I look down at it, remember, and tell Baby Boo we should show this to, what's their name? What the fuck is their name? Sonya and Zara. See if they see any familiar numbers.
Oh, that would be pretty crazy. Yeah. I'll cycle through my speed dial, I guess. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, so you guys aren't really sure which numbers call which snails. Like you just see that there's like about 15 or so numbers like kind of locked and loaded on like the frequencies of the like dial for the Denden.
I want to say to the Denden Mushi, do you have a name, or can I call you Barrel Taro?
It just kind of like looks at you like a half-baked stare, like and it's just kind of like it blinks you to stare, like the stickiness of its eyelids, like it's uncannily awkward in between.
I'm going to take that as a yes. So, hey, if any of these numbers are Zara or Sonya, can you give it a call?
I don't know how a snail shrugs, but it does.
With its stalks.
Yeah, it just kind of shrugs.
Above table, Mikey, that was an amazing question to ask it, by the way.
I don't know if it is, but
No, but
I'm going to
still,
try with my
that would
limited
give us
knowledge.
the answer. That was a crazy question. I would not have thought to ask that of it.
So we have the Cloud Chaser crew, and then what is the captain's entourage going to be doing while they're gone? Y'all just camping out, or are y'all gonna explore some more, or what's going on with Davos, Scarlet, and Bang D Boom, Samia, and Big Azra?
I'm gonna tell Amy, Boom, and Davos like, back there, I heard a big bang towards north, and versus geography or whatever. He said that's kind of where the glass house is towards. And we could still do this rest, but just in case anything go down, you want to head over there.
Well, I feel like if I
Splitting
can get
into
a little
three.
bit of rest, maybe we just take turns taking watch. If we hear it again, we go check it out. If not, we check it out in the morning, huh?
About two double.
Yeah, I kind of am inclined to agree. I just am a little wary about potentially splitting our party up 3 ways, or leaving here where they just left us.
Well, I guess we want to stay here and keep watch.
Okay, so the Cloud Chaser crew, you guys are gonna have to be on foot for a little bit as you pass through the windless area, and then eventually the Rustwing Falcon will be able to kind of take flight once again, get a little bit of wind underneath its wings, and you'll see like its feathers start to kind of hum a little, and this thing, Doll Wisney is just kind of like speaking to it like it's like a family member now at this point. And she's just like, okay, yeah, a few of us can ride on the back of it, and then a few of us can hang out in the talons, but be careful, they're really sharp. And she's just like, all aboard, and the Falcon gets like head pats, and it's super happy.
I sit right behind Dalt, so that way I can give her the directions to the cloud.
Russ is like, I need my hands free. He's just like getting his bow ready and everything, and he's like, I'll be in the... What about Lord Azrael? You gonna be in a talon, the other talon? Going like, we're just like figuring out where y'all are at on the Voltron, like right now.
I'm standing on the head of the bird.
No way.
That's not a good idea. I can't make
It's
sure you
not?
return safely that way.
He does have a grappling.
How many acrobatics would I have to roll?
A lot.
You do have a grappling hook.
That's
do have a
what we're
grappling
trying to do here. No.
I'll hang off one of its legs with the grappling hook.
Bro, what's gonna happen if he falls? The bird just has to swoop back around and catch him. Like, I love it.
Yeah, because if not, he takes terminal velocity fall damage.
Yeah,
Well,
you don't know. The mountains might be closer than you think. Like, it's not like he's just because you're 120 feet above like sea level doesn't mean you're 100. It would take 120 feet to fall and hit something. Like, but give me a big fat acrobatics, just one, and we'll play it from there.
Who me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'll do that. I wish I saved that inspiration now, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, this is great.
Well, hold on, right? So, since he has acknowledged that he wants to do this, can I at least cast the help action?
That is not no. You are proficient, but typically you have to be within 5 feet of your homie to use the help action.
He's wanting to stand on its head.
Yeah, and this thing is huge, and its head is more than 5 feet away from where you're riding. Unless you want to get on its head as well.
Yeah. Do not get on his head.
My help action to reach him.
It's tough.
I don't want to fall too. I just want him to be safer.
Oh my
Yo,
goodness.
this could be one of two things right now. One of the most legendary cool moments or the legendary stupid moments. So I'm gonna do it anyway.
Oh my goodness.
This is one of those things where it's an either or situation. You either fail
It's really
or you
yeah,
succeed
it's really
gratefully.
Oh
This
my
man crit
god.
fails. If this man crit fails, oh my god. Whoa, let's go. Let's go. You are surfing. You are surfing the sky right now, my brother in arms. it feels reminiscent to days long past in your upbringing. You're reminded of several fond memories and some not so fond from many moons ago, Lord Azrael, as you once again taste the sky. It's breathtaking for a moment.
In the background, you hear music play. Home, place where I belong.
Oh my goodness. Russ is keeping an eye out on the ground below and things like that, and he like yells out, but it's like extremely hard to like hear anything while you guys are like getting whipped around by the winds, and you could hear the big wing beats from this large, it's actually like humongous, this rust-winged falcon, as you guys take off. Dill, you do still in fact see the cloud, but it is much further away than you were. Yeah, as you guys continue to fly along, you can see the spine below, bigger than you could have ever imagined it being from when you were on ground level. And you can see in the distance on the horizon mountains that dwarf even these. And you're just reminded of how massive the planet really truly, the great big picture of things. And Dalt Wisney is just absolutely like in awe right now, as she could tell her brother is probably terrified right now, but putting on, she is amazed. She's absolutely like enamored, and you guys can, even as you reach like a height above even the tallest of the peaks of the red spine, you guys can see the coast pretty far away, but you can see for miles in every single direction all of the terrain here. You can see the large green expanse of the cactus belt dividing the red sand desert, the white sand desert, and then what to hear in a big large circular pattern. You can see multiple sandstorms in the very far off distance, as you hear like a like a
I take a mental note of the direction of these things I'm seeing.
And yeah, it's gonna take you guys a bit of time before you can get anywhere near where you're intending to be. Back at ground level though, you guys are just chilling at the ruins. Is that correct? Just kind of taking turns, taking watch and whatnot. Anything of note happening there between you guys? I know Bang D Boom and Big Azra were working on some weapons for during their last little rest, right?
Yeah, change of plans though. I'm now working on blueprints for a battle rhino.
A siege rhino, you might say.
Also, Big Azra will be taking his much needed long rest.
He's not gonna be able to get a long rest, I don't think. Like that's like 8 hours. But he will probably get a short rest. And then you've also got Samia and Scarlet and Davos. Are y'all up to anything? Sorry. Water.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to call either Sonia or Zara, if possible, on Barrel Taru, or if not, I guess I might just try and catch a short rest if possible.
You're just kicking back. If you would like to call any of the numbers on the speed dial, you will have no possible way of knowing what any of them will do, what's on the other side of any of them, as your snail seems to be like lethargically unresponsive to any of your human speech. You can roll me a flat d20 if you want to try to call.
Can I be a devil on his shoulder?
You sure? Just poof, a little evil Lord Azra pops up on your right shoulder. Who would be the angel?
Think about it. Just think about it, Davos. Even if you
I
don't
think
know where
I think for
Valkyries
pure
even
comedic
begin.
purposes, the angel would be me.
A little angelic Dill shows up on your left shoulder, and he's just tapping his toe. He's like, I wouldn't do that. Like,
Don't listen
or
to
no,
that guy. He
no.
doesn't
The
know
most
what
the most flavorful thing for Dill's character to do is to just be like a little angelic Dill on your
Silence
shoulder,
me.
and he literally just like puts his finger over his lips. Like that's it. Like
Oh my god. I think I'm gonna just like look around and say to no one in particular, do we have lettuce?
Samia's just like, what? Yeah, like the fuck? Like
Maybe even like a slice of ham. Do you have like any food? Cracker? Anything?
oh yeah, we have hardtack, and we have some of these cactus. We call them napolis. It's like a pickled cactus. Like this is our fruit, and she opens up a jar, and there's like a briny, vinegary, salty smell. Not at all what you think of
Perfect.
when you hear fruit.
I take the jar with a big smile and I bring it to Barrel Taru and I'm like tipping it into his mouth. I'm like, here, delicious snacks.
He's just like glug 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 as he like drinks some of the brine. He speaks in onomatopoeia only, like unless there's like a frequency beaming, right?
I smile and I'm like, yeah, it tastes pretty good, huh? And I kind of pull it back to gauge his reaction. And then I pull one out between like my forefingers and I'm like, you can get a whole ass pickle right now. If you can dial up Zara or Sonia yourself. I know you know whose numbers those are. I don't know whose they are. You don't have to tell me. All you have to do is dial it yourself. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna be completely real. I'm gonna let you roll an animal handling check because this is near impossible. But I love the flavor here. I love that you're trying so hard, and this is just adorable interaction here. It is going to be nearly impossible for this to be a success, but there is a very, very, very small chance. I will let you roll a flat animal handling right. No, no dice, bro. He's the most deadpan, unresponsive, lethargic look on his little den face that you've ever seen.
I just kind of stare at him and I kind of raise one of my eyebrows and then I'm like, will you at least smile if I give it to you?
He burps.
I chuckle and I give it to him. I'm like, you're all right, Barrel Taru.
What is Scarlet trying to do, Balincc? Y'all are just kind of chilling, resting. You investigating any? You kicking back? You wanting to talk to anybody specifically or do anything? We can't hear you, Balincc, by the way.
Oh, he's deafened.
Wonderful.
Oh, I think he's on a call.
Pete.
Yeah, he's.
Is there anything specifically like about the siege, right? Like I know you said you fashioned like a harness, and you got like the chain and some rope being like a little like a hidden bridle type of bit, like a type of deal. Is there anything else you're trying to do to deck out this Rocky B?
Well, right now I'm just working on blueprints. You know, I've got a vision for this. Siege Rhino is a great term for the plans that I have for it. So, yeah, I'm working on fashioning some cannons that are able to be mounted onto the Rhino, and you know, a variety of different ammunition to go along with it.
Absolutely crazy. Yeah. As you're doing that, at first, Big Azrael is like looking over your shoulder, and he's just like, "Oh wow, no, dude, that is so cool." And then like moments later, you can just hear him snore, passed out, like with his head resting on like a rock, like, a couple feet. He is just conked at this point. He is done for. Samia is just kind of like sitting there, looking around, kicking rocks. She's like, well, I guess I'll, try to harvest some of these cactus. We've got plenty of the crazy cacti, but couldn't hurt to get some more of this. And she just starts going and fucking with other cacti. And she's just gonna kind of spend her time doing that. I guess you guys will probably get like a full short rest from this. So everybody can go ahead and click the short rest button. And if you wanted to roll any hit die, you could. Because it would definitely take around like maybe 2 hours or so for you guys to... I'm not sure on the time that it would take actually, but it would be at least 2 hours for the whole round trip with the Falcon crew. So yeah, if you wanted to roll any hit die, you can do that. Make sure you tick your hit die total down, add that to your HP, and then on a long rest you'll get your hit dice back. Falcon crew, you guys are soaring, flying, not a star in heaven that y'all can't.
He said it. Alright, so I wanted to ask Dalt this before we transitioned over last time, but I was fine just waiting. Ask her whenever she's staring off into the vast emptiness that is this desert, if she wants to see the rest of the world with our pirate crew.
Yeah, we're breaking free. Oh, sorry. And she like shakes her head. She's like, wait, like, you mean like, and she like looks out to the ocean, and
Like
she's
traveling
like,
with us.
so there's like a whole bunch more islands just like this one?
There's bigger islands, there's smaller islands, there's islands that people haven't even found yet.
And she's just kind of like her heartbeat is like thumping right now, and she's just like, wow, like I remember talking to Davos about it and Captain Scarlet, but it just all seems so much more real from up here. You guys are climbing higher and higher and higher, and you also get to a point where the mountains in the very, very far south of where you guys are at right now, that you could see, that are far taller than the red spine itself. They're known as the Walking Mountains, which you guys have heard about briefly, that divide the island of Livneal down the middle almost evenly. And there's bits of like peaks that you are now on, like taller than, as y'all are flying higher and higher up into the sky. And beyond that mountain range, which completely encompassed almost the entirety of the horizon while y'all were at ground level, just barely, and a much, much taller land structure be seen in the far distance, but it seems only to be at this distance just a tiny red sliver on the horizon, just barely, over like the big blue vast ocean. There is just this tiny like red line across the horizon, and she's just like in awe right now. She's like, what is that? And she's like this is literally like the first time she's ever seen that in her life.
The red line.
Is that the actual red line, or is that something else?
Well,
That's the actual red
if I
line.
remember correctly, that should be the red line. It looks the same. It's long. It's red. It's tall.
My question was
Yep,
above
that's
table,
it.
because my character would not be like, whoa.
Yeah, that's absolutely the red line. Livneal is one of the more southern, it's probably tied for the closest island to Reverse Mountain in the entire north. So it's not, it's very far away, but it's not that far away comparatively to like other islands.
That's just our beginning point, Dalt.
Who's
Oh
Walt?
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as she is like breathless and the air is getting much, much thinner, and not everyone is really equipped to this. There seems to be a bit of a fatigue, and it's hard to really hear from the winds that are now picking up immensely. As you guys start to get taller than the mountains in the distance, you are now being whipped and buffeted by very, very, very fast trade winds going in different directions and whatnot. You can now see the entirety below you of the Red Sand Desert and the Nokowatahir Desert that is completely surrounded by the cactus. And on the other side of it, the White Sand Desert as well. You see Port Scarletta. You see the mountains that divide the island in half. And you can even see a peninsula on the other side, on the very farthest point of the other island that is also very tall, that comes into view with what seems to be some fort on top of it, and lighthouses that speckle the coast and whatnot. But that little cloud seems just as far as ever in the distance. As the bird starts to show a little bit of struggle with the winds that have been picking up. You guys are losing a lot of momentum. You're still making progress, but it is nowhere near the speed that it was before y'all cleared the mountains.
So,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, am I able to tell if we're moving closer to the cloud or not?
It definitely seems like the cloud has gotten much closer. It's still like a very little cloud, but it definitely still seems very far away, like much further away than you would have ever really originally anticipated. I'm gonna need perception checks from each of you. This will be very high DC. I'm gonna be completely.
Is that medicine rolled? Ignore it. No, okay.
This is it, Azrael.
Perception.
It's it. Here, say. Hey, I just rolled my freaking passive.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna roll for adult. I'm gonna roll your boy Russ as just.
Yo, Dill, I was dependent on you, man.
Hey,
This is Russ, and Russ is really good at perception. Oh no, he's pretty mid.
hey!
Come on, Russ, I believe in
20
you.
is not bad. 20 is not bad. And then we'll see if Dalt can surpass that even. Perception. Oh, she's actually better at this. Wow.
Let's go.
Okay, so both of them just like point and like you could Lord Azrael, you can hear Russ as he is a little bit more forward on the bird with you, even though he's lower down, and then Dill, you can hear Dalt as both of them in tandem kind of say, but it's hard, it's muffled, it's so difficult to hear what anyone is saying in and whatnot. But you can both kind of hear both of them say almost simultaneously, like what are those? And like they're pointing and
Did they just do the meme? What are those?
As that happens, there is a glare of just a beaming, like a ray of sunlight that bounces back directly into Dill's and Lord Azrael's eyes from where the cloud is.
Ah!
Yeah, it is blinding. But now that Dalt and Russ are helping you, I'll let you re-roll with advantage, and we'll see if you guys can spot it now after being blinded. 17's not bad. Oh my god, a crit. Okay, cool. So, Lord Azrael, you were a little bit, you see cloud, and that's kind of what you're fixated on. But it seems that it almost looks like polka dots of some random colors underneath the cloud. NoChill Dill can clearly see strings hanging from below them.
What?
This looks like balloons.
Wait, didn't I? Someone has to convey this information to me. Is it the old man?
It's so hard to hear anything that is being said, but Dalt will like notice and start to pet the falcon as it is struggling and it cannot get much higher. It is already.
Somebody convey this information to me.
It is already so high.
So
What is it, Dill? I'm sorry.
I would say to Dole to tell the Rustwing Falcon to head back.
She nods, and
Do I recognize the polka dots?
you see the polka dots. You can give me an insight.
I yell to my brother in arms. It looks like balloons are hanging from it.
Did you say balloons?
You can't hear anything that he's saying right now. And you see just like strange colors on the underbelly of this cloud. And it just baffles you for a minute. You're dumbfounded almost. But you don't seem to recognize, like, anything that you might have seen in your past looked definitely different. But there's like an eerie familiarity you can't quite put your finger. And the falcon will nod and caw ridiculously loud, and as it does, like, I'm gonna need Lord Azrael to make an acrobatics. Okay, that's fine. That is it was a 13 DC. This was potentially really freaking hilarious though. But as the bird will like do like a as quick of a 180 as it can, but if you remember from the fight last session, it can't just turn on a dime. So it starts to adjust its course, and then the winds kind of like whip it a bit, and it's using a lot of its like lappage to correct itself and try to make it easy for all of y'all. And you guys will begin headed back down toward now tiny looking red spine below. And yes, this did take you guys at least about an hour of straight flight, and probably about another hour of getting it's going to be a little bit quicker to get back down.
You're telling me the height that we went is a longer distance than from the Caribbean to Florida? That's actually impressive, I'm not gonna lie.
It's a very, very large island. And this bird doesn't fly as fast as a plane, I don't think. With all of you on it and against the wind in one direction.
Yo, listen, Dill, wherever that is, can you mark based on where the mountains are on the map to where that thing is?
I can't.
Yeah, I don't know if either of y'all have cartographers.
I don't. That's what I was asking.
So you guys, you guys are headed back down, and you get a really, really good look at again everything that you just saw, but the red spine specifically, which I know Dill was a bit fascinated with before, affixed.
So I want to ask you a question.
Like it's in a different.
Exactly how much damage would it be at terminal velocity?
Oh my god!
So
Just asking.
For every 10 feet of fall distance, it is 1d6, but that does cap out at 20 d6. So 200 feet.
So
if you fall 4,000 feet, it's basically like falling 200 feet.
and that's maximum how much damage?
200 times 6 is what was it 1,200? Am I fucked up?
1,200, yeah.
Wouldn't it be 20d6?
Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, 20. Yeah, so 20 D's.
120.
120.
Like 120 max, and on average, you'd say about 70 damage.
I can do the math. It would be 3.5 times 20, which is 2, 4, 6, 70 damage on average.
70 damage on average, huh? 70, huh?
Don't test it.
Hey, I'm gonna be
70,
real with
huh?
you. The minimum damage is 20, and that's if it's all nat ones, brother.
Minimum, huh? The minimum is all nat ones. All that. Okay.
The
Let's just
minimum
pause in time
is
so I
20.
can. Let's just pause in time while this bird is flying, so I can consider this for a second.
Oh my god.
What? How much HP are you even at right now?
I'm on 37. I'm on 37.
So if all of the dice are 2s, you still die.
Well, this is
And-
why I have a plan.
and
I have a
You
plan. I have
have
a
to
plan.
realize this too, brother. You have to realize this too. We don't know where the fuck you would fall at, so we'd still have to find you.
Don't do this.
I'm not gonna lie.
No,
I'm not.
please
I'm not
don't.
gonna lie. I am way more curious to see what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna lie to you.
God.
So I'm gonna pop my experimental medicine
No, this is
and
not
go
happening.
resistance form.
This is not happening.
I'm about to say.
Okay, hold on.
I'm having Dalt go swoop down and pick him up, even if he does jump.
But you also have to understand that with experimental medicine does last. I was thinking it was rage. I was like,
Yeah.
rage will go away after 6 seconds if you
But it
don't
lasts
get
an hour.
hit. Oh.
Yep. So I'm going to go. Oh, what's that over there? Just jump off the bird.
Russ is immediately gonna freak the fuck out, like waving his hands while he's like just kind of like harnessed into the talon.
I tap Dalt on the shoulder and say, "You go get my brother, please."
And
I'm
she
diving
her eyes
down, bro.
her
I'm
eyes are
diving
so
down.
wide, and she's just like her hands like are on her head, and she just does the whole "oh my god" like yes, Cody, that is a JoJo's reference. But yeah, she's freaking out, and yeah, the Falcon will absolutely be able to die faster than you, brother. So it will attempt to grapple you. I will let you try to grapple out though.
Dexterity save or something?
It would either be this thing will do athletics, and you could do athletics or acrobatics. Not an animal handling.
All right.
Let me find it. Where is it at? Oh, there it is.
I would
So
just like to say that Pete did the roll for you, and your luck's not good, by the way. So what rolled with 20d6 was 63 damage.
I rolled it in private.
I could take
Yeah.
that one. If it does 63, I could take that.
No, I was just curious as to what it would look like. But continue.
Yeah.
That'd be 32. Yeah, you would still live.
All right,
my
I can
God,
beat
no.
12. I'm taking the
Oh
chance.
my
I can
God,
beat 12.
no.
I can beat
No.
12.
You did not beat 12. You did not beat 12.
No, I have advantage on all strength saving throws because I'm a barb.
You're not raging.
Oh no! No, wait. I'm a strong will.
Nope, strong will don't even work. You would need 7.
This isn't a save though, right?
I think
You're
strong
right.
will. Yeah, so no, that wouldn't work. I think you can do it on ability checks, but even if you got 2 4s, like you'd have to use 2 strong wills and get both 4s just to even get there.
So in other words, I can.
If you want to risk your strong wills, go for it.
Bro, I really want to jump down from this bird.
All right, roll 2d4. This is crazy.
Oh, that's all right. Come on.
Slash R.
I need the luck of God.
No, no,
Wow.
it's literally impossible.
Wow.
Yeah, so this bird will swoop you up in one of its talons, fully grappled, and it is now dive bombing at breakneck speeds to get you guys to. Oh my god, this man!
Walt, pull up! Walt, pull up!
And she's just like, it's doing its own thing. I don't know what's happening. Like, the bird is like, you guys are just diving. You're still very far away from the surface, like from sea level. But the mountains,
the rolls so they can see what the rolls were.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mountains are getting a lot closer, but the ground itself is still very far. But yeah, as you guys start to get closer back towards the red spine and whatnot, with passives alone, I think you'll be able to notice right about here-ish, tucked just out of the view of the normal trail, the like black line that you guys were supposed to be going on. Man, you're just trying. That's not how you spell guidance also. But no, that was you, yeah. You're wilding on your sheet. But yeah, specifically right about here, you guys will all notice Russ, Lord Azrael, if he's paying attention, Dalt, and Dill for sure, as he's been staring at these mountains trying to see if anything's different. Something you didn't notice on the way up, you're definitely noticing now, is there seems to be a full ass ship parked on top of the mountain.
Eh?
Oh, no.
It looks
No.
really old and covered in rust, and there's like holes punched in it. This thing looks nearly ancient. But
I'm
yeah,
gonna shout to the top. Well, if we're not going to the cloud, we shouldn't go empty-handed.
Yeah,
get it?
that's what I'm
Let me
thinking
build it
too,
ahead.
brother. I can't hear him, but I have the mental connection with him. The same thought was racing through my head. I'd point to the ship and tell Dalt that we should head that way.
The bird likes that, as you guys will approach, and yeah, this is what I meant to do.
I had such a good idea for that jump too. I was gonna say, Ultra Kawabaki.
My God.
So yeah,
Someone's gonna kill himself.
this is a thing that you guys are seeing as the bird is kind of like flying around it, and it's like not wanting to land, and you're kind of seeing that as the wind like goes back and forth, this ship is like teetering, like it's like a perfect balancing act, and this looks extremely dangerous. Let me fix chat. But yeah, there is just rust-covered, ancient, tore-up boat just teetering at the top of this mountain.
How high is the Rustwing Falcon flying away from it?
How high do you want to get? Or how close do you want to get to it?
I want to get as close as possible so that way it's a safe drop for me.
I mean, if you tell Dalt, she's just like, are you crazy? Like, this thing's a death trap. Like one wrong breeze and it'll, even the wing flaps, if we get too close, might, like, set this thing over the edge. Like, how long could this thing have been up here?
I'm not gonna lie, it looks fun.
I think it was left here back before this place was exposed. I think this ship was on the water at some point.
She's like, you mean like the ocean? Like,
yes.
Like all the way over there, but here?
but here with the water levels this high, and this boat got stuck.
Maybe. Or somebody put it here.
Russ is thinking, and he's just like, okay, if we're gonna do this, let's be smart about it. And he like licks his finger and tests the winds, and he's like, I don't like our odds as it stands, but Dalt, throw me your rope. And she's just like, oh. And she like you see like a light bulb go off like in her mind, and she's like, yeah, that's genius. You think you could make the shot? And he's like, please. And he ties a rope to the edge to the end of one of his arrows, and he's just like, I can secure it with a bit of a netting on both ends. It's like, let me just and he asks Dalt to like take the falcon to like the right angle and whatnot. And he just I'm gonna have him make 2 shots. AC is not that high, so see how it goes.
Also, does he have normal arrows, or is he only using the obsidian glass arrows?
He has normal arrows.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah, there ain't no way he's trying to do that.
Yeah, I was about to say his entire anchor point's about to shatter.
But yeah, so he's gonna make just a normal arrow. He's pretty good at. He's gonna do this twice, and hopefully it's attached to rope, so he's not gonna lose the arrows. Okay, 14's good. Wow. Okay, yeah. So he is able to very, very firmly secure one side, and the other side is good enough. So he's just kind of got like a. Let me just like use the arrow tool quickly, just kind of like just kind of show the stream, I guess. Or I'll just draw like I'll just freehand like a little purple thing. So there's like a little rope like underneath right here.
Hmm.
And then on the other side, like the same deal. To kind of like like help it like, you know, be a little bit more balanced. I don't know why I chose this color.
I had the funniest image in my head just now. That when I jumped off the bird, Ragnar then just put on like an helmet for its eyes.
No, Ragnar did the full NL face.
Yeah.
Like
Sounds
literally
about
the full NL face on Ragnar which I'm gonna have a lot of fun trying to make that in Photopia. But yeah. So the bird can now get a little bit closer, and Dalt Wisney's like, I trust my brother, but there's no way I'm stepping foot on that thing. I'll man the bird. But Dill, you can drag your character out. Lord Azrael, you could also drag your character out if you guys wanted to.
No problem.
I give a
approach this
note
death
to
trap.
my brother. I said, watch that last step, it's a doozy. As I jump.
Yeah.
Because I'm not being held by the falcon, so I can jump. Him, who is still grappled, has to fight out of it.
No, Dalt can just like hand wave it, and she'll just be like, yeah, throw him over there. Like, so the falcon just like yeets you. Like, but yeah, it's an enormous ship. It's about as big as, you know, any ship that you've been on. But there are like giant holes punched through the top deck.
Humongous.
Yeah, it's a large boy. Like I said, everything seems to be like covered in like sand and rust and things like that. There are metal parts that have been completely eaten away by.
I said, brother, you.
time.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was saying, brother, you should check the captain's room. I'll check below deck.
Sounds like a plan, brother.
Boom.
And I walk into the captain's room.
The door
This shit
is
is massive.
the door falls apart. Just like literally as you touch it, it's completely just falls off of its hinges just disintegrate, and this thing just like collapses, and you could feel it like it shake the flimsy boards feet. Yeah, you see kind of a typical captain's quarters. You can give me an investigation and how that goes. Lord Azrael, you are noticing completely rusted and almost entirely eaten away cannons and cannonballs in the gunnery below the top deck. And there's some crates and things like that. Wow. 20 investigation. Crazy good. You can also give me an investigation, Lord Azrael, as I talk about what Dill finds. Dill, you notice a desk that is a bit lopsided, and there seems to be like a charted, like a sea chart that looks very, very, very familiar to what you guys referred to as the skeleton key, but no X. It's just a map of the skeleton coast, but with no X plotted on it. And you can see the skeleton key if you go and look in the handout, if you wanted to review it for yourself. Just imagine that, but like old as balls. The other one seems to be in at least somewhat decent quality for being submerged and like ancient. This one is ridiculously low quality comparatively. It has not held up anywhere near as well to the sands of time and the sands of this desert and whatnot. And there is no X on this map. It's just a blank like skeleton coast map, which can easily tell you, if you hadn't found out already, no insight required or anything, that this is hundreds of years ago, before the Walking Mountains or the Red Spine were even formed.
Yeah.
You also see some like navigator's tools and things like that that are completely just destroyed and rusted over and like unusable. The glass is completely like cut and like tarnished, like, and rusted metals have been like eaten away. All of wood has been completely like almost petrified at this point. Almost nothing of use except one spherical see-through object about the size of maybe the half of the palm of your hand, with a needle floating in the middle.
I take it.
You I love needles. What is ancient log posts?
Well
no
then.
spoilers.
Well then, your 23 is ridiculous as you inspect the gunnery and the lower decks as well, such as the what is it, the whole, like, not the whole brig, and the bilge, which is like the very bottom. The bilge is typically supposed to be like a dank and musty area where like a ballast is kept to evenly weight the ship and things like that, and there's a lot of like sea water that is even held in the bilge of a ship. And you notice that it has been completely split, and the keel of this vessel has cracked entirely, and you can see the mountains below you through the Swiss cheese that is the bottom of this boat. And you notice that there are a few crates and things like that, and some of the crates have held up fairly well, and you obviously get curious, and with a 23 in investigation, you are able to find a crate with several very, very, very old vintage bottles of wine.
Oh, I know a man who would love this.
I was about to say, my brother-in-arms knows immediately who to grab those for.
Yeah,
I know
you're
exactly
also
who would love this.
you're also going to notice just a glint, nothing shiny or smooth in this entire underside, like the below decks and whatnot, except for one. There seems to be one fairly large cannonball that has no rust on it whatsoever.
A cannonball with no rust on this ship covered in rust.
It's
Seems
strange
to have found prime
and
material.
it's peculiar as it's got a sheen to it, a shine. Everything else has like a matte-like dust or rust covering of it and whatnot. But this has a sort of a black color to it with a white emanating like shine, even though there's not a lot of light.
You know what? I'll keep this.
Don't bring it close to me.
Everything else seems completely devastated for the most part. Even the bottles of wine, which are safe, the labels have faded almost completely and are almost completely unreadable. But you can tell that these things are very old, hundreds of years.
I could make millions off this.
There's also some canned or like jarred, like preserved, actually, give me a. I would say you could roll with your apothecaries, right? You have that.
You mean my my kit?
Yeah, whatever you got. Yeah.
I have alchemist supplies.
Yeah, that works. Let's do whatever
okay.
you're proficient with that you feel comfortable with that has something to do with
Okay,
this.
so
Yeah.
I have herbalism kit and alchemy supplies.
I would say alchemist would be fine. You're a wisdom build, right? Use wisdom.
I would hope our wisdom builds, but let's find out.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
The place where I belong.
You notice jars of pickled peaches and onions.
I have a strong.
And they seem
going.
to be well preserved. Like the seals aren't broken, and you know that foods can be preserved for a ridiculous time in ideal like cool and dry environments. And this is absolutely cool and dry, unlike most of the rest of the desert, which is not cool but very dry. This has actually got a good amount of wind that has come through here. These look edible, absolutely.
I'll also score these. I found some really, bro. I don't know if you guys know this, but what I just picked up here is probably more valuable than the ship.
Yeah. Bro just found sploosh.
Also, one more thing, Vex. I want to look for any hidden compartments. Every ship has somewhere.
I figured there would be one in the captain's quarters.
Yeah, so this place is like cut to fuck like Swiss cheese. So you guys have found pretty much you could say you found the wine in a hidden compartment. You've explored as much as you can. At this point, you will start to hear creaking. Very unsettling wood noise. Just terrible. It sounds like the planks beneath you and around you are screaming.
Well, wait, you know what that means? What has been keeping this ship together this whole time then? I look around. Can I roll an insight, Vex?
Yeah, it's actually not that high of a DC. Yeah.
Bro, I'm on a roll today.
You're pretty sure that just literally your mere footsteps alone, as you can hear like from 3 stories down and half the ship away, like the creaking of Brother Dill's steps, unless he's silencing them actively. So yeah,
I'm just gonna shout out to Dill. We need to get off the ship. No.
And as you say that, the ship will begin to fold and invert and split and fracture straight down the middle. like an upside down taco. And I will need acrobatics from both of you.
I'm telling you right now, I used all my good rolls. I used all my good rolls for tonight.
Oh my god.
It's over, man. This is it. Going down with the ship.
I rolled a 4 on the dice.
Crazy.
I'm going down with the ship, brother. I'm going down with the ship.
I think I am too.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I'm alive.
Lord
I'm
Azrael yeets and is welcomed into the harnessing embrace of the razor sharp talons that don't cut you at all. While on the other hand, Brother Dill yeets himself and falls completely short of the reach of the Falcon, as the Falcon will chase you down and try to catch you before you can hit the rocks below and whatnot. You're not far from some of these rocks, so you will, in fact, hit the mountain. We will say 30 feet of fall damage. So go ahead and roll 3d6.
That's fair.
12 damage bludgeoning to yourself, and then the Falcon will catch up to you and try to snag you up. So you do slip up and fall, and you're sliding though, and this Falcon is able to catch up. Literally just completely careen off of the entire mountain face. Because there is like a little bit of a nestling here in between these two peaks, and you're able to like ride the sled. It's like when Zoro versus Ryuma, when he like almost fell off that roof, but he didn't.
But ran down the side of it. Yeah.
Yeah, you do take some bludgeoning though from the sheer impact of this mountain, and it's crazy feeling solid ground beneath you after such great heights, you know, that you guys experienced. But yeah, so that's crazy that this happened, and let's see. Then we go back to.
I also would like to recall too my captain telling me to give her a sign whenever we got to the place we were looking for, and I figured that was a good enough sign.
Yeah, so you guys back at the rest site are going to notice just a snapping and a cracking and it's not as big of a landslide as whenever the one you guys were a part of. But yeah, there is just a large crashing and shattering sounds echoing across the peaks of and in the canyons of the red spine here that make its way to you guys at the rest site. Davos, this might sound pretty familiar to the one that you heard because you were pretty far away from it. You weren't actually in that crash site, that landslide. But yeah, Bang Deep Boom and Scarlet and Big Azra and Samia, they were a lot more up close and personal with that first landslide.
This is weird. Davos, you think this is Dill doing or some enemies close by?
I don't know. Certainly feels like a noticeable sign, but I guess there is a point of question, isn't there?
Oh, what time is it?
This has been about 2 hours. It's probably going to be, we'll say like around 4 or 5 p.m. Not quite like sunsetting time, but not quite midday anymore. Because it's been at least 2 hours, because you guys have all gotten a full short rest.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, we should probably get away from the landslide, right?
It's pretty far away from you guys. It was like over here.
Oh, well, we could check it out, or we could just act like it never happened.
How's everybody feeling? Everybody, I guess we're not done with our short rest yet. I'm down to go. I didn't need the short rest. I was just going to take advantage of it.
No, you're done with the short rest.
I feel a little suspicious because I did tell Dill to send me a signal, but I ain't tell no Wakanda signal. I want to stay vigilant about what's going on around our area.
Yeah, I'm still nervous about potentially splitting up into 3 as well. If this desert is moving, that just seems like a rough ride, but who
Well, I mean,
knows? Maybe we've come back from worse today.
I feel like if we're gonna go check it out, we should all go. Like, I don't think we need to split up into 3 groups.
Big Azra, yeah, Big Azra just has a snot bubble, like as he's like me, like he's snoring away, like hardcore, and it just pops, and he's like, huh, what's good? What are we doing? And he like cracks his back and cracks his knuckles, and he's just like, good as new, ready to rock. What's up?
So I didn't send him, but Dill went off to go see if he could figure out what's going on with a cloud. I told him to give me a signal, just in case something happens. I didn't tell him what kind of signal, but a signal. And a landslide just occurred again. Yeah, it could be a coincidence that 2 landslides happened, or that's a signal.
Well, I think it was another one of the bounty hunters. What are the odds that 2 of them can make lands like that? He's like, which direction was it? I didn't know. I wasn't paying attention. He's like picking eye boogers out, and he's like playing it cool, like he wasn't just like snoring, like sawing logs.
On the point towards the landslide, like it was over there.
He's like that kind of checks out. That's like that's the direction they kind of went in, isn't it? Like maybe we could just wait it out. And he's just kind of looking around, and he's like, I don't know how we're really gonna take a rhino up a mountain. This is we should just I don't know, have faith in the crew maybe. Like they have a den. We could try calling them, right? Like
Right, Ezra.
Oh yeah, I'm not quite used to having Barrel Taru around yet.
Yeah, and so the thing is,
I guess we should do that.
Yeah, you could in fact absolutely call Ragnarden without having to gamble, because you guys would know Ragnarden's unique signal, and Ragnarden is with Lord Azrael right now.
Oh, that's right. He is with me.
She?
Yeah, she.
I think Ragnarden is pretty both.
Fluid? Yeah.
Yeah. I won't know until they become like a humanoid.
But yeah, you could just go ahead and call Ragnarden off of Barrel Taro if you wanted to.
Yeah, let's ring a ding him up.
Okay, so Ragnarden assumes the features of Davos.
I want to say Ragnar's ringtone is the same as Adam Sandler's one. Pick me up. Pick me up.
No, Ragnarden just goes, hey, listen! Like,
Oh, it's Navi, no.
But, and it gets like the Davos, like Jonas Brothers haircut, and you could clearly see like it adopts the features of your W Helmsman, and I'm assuming you pick it up, right?
Ah, it's Davos. Hello.
And then Barrel Taro assumes the palish bluish tones and the menacing visage of Lord Azrael. But he doesn't grow 4 arms or anything like that. But you can clearly tell that it's got more fishman-like features, and it gets like the 6 like or the like little antennas like from Lord Azrael as well.
My man, hey, so we're just calling to confirm that was the signal. Yes? No?
Signal? If you're talking about the ship going down the mountain, yeah, that was us, yeah, that was us.
Oh.
Is that Captain?
I didn't know about the
didn't
signal.
get to the cloud.
How do you react?
Also,
Yeah, hold on, real quick.
We did.
Before you go too deep, how does Davos react to hearing that his ship sailed down a mountain?
I say at first, oh, and then I just kind of like my face kind of scrunches up, and I'm like, oh.
You see that on Ragnar didn't mimics that like go ahead, Ragnar. I'm sorry. Proceed.
No, I'm just laughing. That shit is hilarious.
Oh. Yeah, I was telling Lord Azrael, is that Captain? Let her know we didn't go to the cloud.
And then yeah, Russ is like he kind of shouts out and he's like tell him we'll just be like maybe like 15-20 more minutes. We're almost there.
So,
oh really? That's not long at all. Okay.
just so you know, the cloud expedition was a failure, and on our way back, we discovered I think it's fair to say ancient, right, guys? It's like an ancient thing, right, guys? I'll just call it an ancient ship. We discovered an ancient ship. And there was some stuff aboard. While we were trying to look around, it kind of snapped in half because it's ancient. We'll explain when we get back.
Well, I'm really glad to hear you guys are okay. Everybody is okay, right? Do you need me to come out and help you get back here?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I feel emotionally challenged because I wanted to do the Ultra Cowabunga, and I was kind of stopped, but you know what? That's a different talk,
bro.
Sure, I can lament with that, but physically, you guys are okay. You guys are cool.
We're all physically fine.
As
probably the
Davos
birds are
asked
tired.
that, I twist my arm back into place.
You just hear like a like robot. Like no, I'm kidding.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. Sounds great over there.
Yep, we'll be back in like half an hour.
Not even. But yeah, so crazy, absolutely crazy. As you know, just another 15 or so minutes passes, and the bird begins to lose altitude drastically, and you can feel that there is no more wind beneath its wings, and you can see the opening of the canyon, and you can see the familiar. Well, they're not really as familiar as you'd hope, but the ruins that are not the temple ruins, but the other ruins. And you're gonna have to walk the like last little stretch of it. But you can see Big Azrael waving the massive sword in the stone and like yelling out like "Hey!" And then Samia is just like she's just like you made it! And, they're like super excited to see you as you guys are in eye shot of each other now. Perception checks from everybody, please. Yet again.
I would just like to state this for the record. I feel like if Big Azrael would say anything, it would be, "Hey, you guys!"
Bro.
Oh, and you said perception?
I did. Davos killing it.
So I just want to point out that I called it that I'm out of good rolls the rest of the day, and I just went lower ever since. 19, 16, 10.
Oh my goodness.
Next one's gonna be a not fail. Watch the next one.
Azrael, Dill, Russ, and Samia. Did I get Scarlet and Bang D Boom's rolls?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Perception. That is Samia. And then we have Russ. And then we have Dalt. And then we have Big Azrael.
I don't know, but that 18 looks the best.
Okay, so that was Samia. She was the first one, right?
I believe.
Yeah, it was Samia, then Russ, then Dalton. So Samia is going to be Samia and Davos will both hear as two individuals who are very alert in and of their own rights. A much larger echoing from the opposite direction of the landslide, the same direction as the earth that apparently Dill and the captain, nobody else had. And seconds later after the pop, you will all feel slight tremors underneath your feet as the ground starts to quake very subtly. It's not like a full-on like earthquake, but you do feel like a bit of a tickling soles of your feet.
Like something shifting.
That happened. And then you are all reunited. Feel free to feel free to tell each other of what went down. As much.
Captain, did you get our signal?
I'm gonna be back in like 3 minutes. You guys just kind of spit. I'll still be able to hear you, but y'all won't be able to hear. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Captain, that was us. We found a ship that looked like it had crashed back way before this place was a desert. Like, there was still water here.
Wait. You found that ship where?
Perched in between two mountainsides, teetering on its last leg. So I have no doubt in my mind that that ship was shipwrecked back in a time when there was water here.
Oh my god.
Well, we got the signal. I'm just astonished by a ship being in between mountains.
Yeah,
I don't know if somebody put that there, somebody
the
dropped
signal,
it.
the signal that y'all heard / felt was that ship collapsing and falling down the mountain. That ship was massive. There would have been no way, shape, or form that could have been set there, unless someone has a fruit like mine that can make stuff fly.
Hey guys, how just you know, hypothetically, how big max can a sea king get?
Above table or on table?
On table.
That's Davos asking, but I guess if we want to answer that above table too, but that was Davos asking the group in game.
I would probably say to ask Azrael. She knows nothing about fish. Never even had fish. Sea king. I want to eat it one day.
My character would probably say that there would be easily enough sea kings that were the size of this mountain range in front of us.
Yeah. Well, you know, I was just thinking, there was that, you know, weird map that didn't quite line up with the island that I know Leave-Nil to be, you know, and I was kind of thinking, you know, everything's moving, and this is called the Spine, right? And what's to the north of us? The King's Coast? Aren't there supposed to be gigantic sand snakes here? I mean, what if it's a land king?
I agree with that line of
sits
logic.
back and I'm like rocking back and forth. I'm like, what are we standing on?
Crazy. I'm back. Lord Azrael and Dill, will you share with them anything about your loot? Booty?
I will pull the unexplained needled compass out of my back pocket and show it to Captain Scarlet.
I look at my brother with a sense of betrayal. Did you tell me you found an ancient needle? You found an ancient needle and you didn't show me?
It's not just a needle. It's a needle inside some glass. It almost works like a compass.
So
Yeah, I've heard
even
of-
better, a special ancient needle.
I've heard of these. I've never seen one that looks this old.
Scarlet, being somebody who has been on the Grand Line before, would absolutely know that this can only be one of two things. Either a log pose or an eternal pose.
Alright. Wait, do I make a roll for that, or do I just know it?
You just know. If you wanted to investigate further, or like figure out like maybe if you know if which of the two it might be or something like that, or like discern anything more, you can absolutely roll.
Yeah, I wanna try to like see which of the two it is.
So you are a navigator, are you not? Do you have navigator's tools? I would say you could use those, or you could use insight, or maybe
Cartographer tools work too, maybe.
yeah, like there's a few different things, like maybe like history as well. I don't know, like but you could try and flavor this how you will, and we'll see if I'll see if I like it. What would you like to try to roll?
Given my background, would I be able to help?
Oh, I got
on this?
19.
19 is really good. I don't know if you. Yeah. So Scarlet, you were able, you kind of know the difference between a log pose and an eternal pose. And log pose specifically, syncs to magnetic signatures of islands on the Grand Line. So a log pose might not be super helpful outside of the Grand Line unless there is an island with a very unique magnetic signature. But you could just use normal compasses. And you as a navigator, Scarlet, probably have a normal compass. So you can test and see if this is pointing true north or if it is like affixed to a specific signature. And you can even like spin it around and notice that the needle stays pointing in one direction as the glass is rotated. And with a 19, you are more inclined to believe that this pose here is an eternal pose because it seems to be pointing somewhere to the west and not to the true north.
Dill, you picked up quite a whole nostalgic item, if I do say so myself. The people I've been around, and I look down a little bit, and those people carry around these things called eternal poses. Takes you to wherever the needle points. The needle will not move. The needle will continue to point to. We go up, we go down, the needle will point. I don't know why, it just happens.
Oh, I think you should hold on to this then, Captain, since you have more knowledge on it than me.
Okay, though. I'm gonna take it and put that shit in my pocket.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay, anything else that you guys wanted to talk about as far as your findings? The two who jump ship, quite literally.
I would also like to explain to Captain Scarlet that the cloud in the sky seemed to not get any closer no matter how far we went. But I was able to, after getting blinded by something on the fucking cloud, I noticed balloons hanging from it.
You also didn't mention this to me, brother.
I yelled it. I didn't know that you couldn't hear.
And then Dalt Wisney just like kind of yells out like, "What?" And she's still kind of deaf, like she can't. She's just kind of picking her ear with her pinky finger. Yeah.
Well, we were up in the sky, Captain.
Clouds that look like balloons don't make much sense. So either they like strings and stuff.
Yeah, it had to have been held up by something, but there was definitely colored spheres underneath it.
Interesting.
I'm not too knowledgeable how the world works, but
Well,
people can't like live up in a cloud, right? You can't like live in a cloud, or you'll fall through.
Well, we have one of the ones who knows with us.
Oh, I reply, you're right, Captain. It's impossible to live on a cloud. Never happened before in the history of the world.
And I push my elbow into Lord Azra's side and say,
okay,
"Really,
okay,
you're gonna lie to the captain?"
I'll tell her the truth. Okay, look, Captain. To be honest, maybe somebody in this crew knows a bit of thing about civilization in the sky, like a small group of people. Well, actually, a large group of people that all live in the sky. Maybe one of those people fell from the sky on the first day you met them, but maybe that's all hallucination. That's all I gotta say.
Somebody fell from the cloud where a lot of people live, and they fell down here. So what you do? You fell.
Yeah,
No.
Dill, that was definitely
My
you,
brother is trying to keep himself as secretive as possible. I am not from a sky island, but he is.
Oh my lord! How was they even? I try to think all the possible ways. How was they? But you.
Samia chimes in and she's just like, yeah, he's told me a little bit about it, about his there's apparently a whole ocean up there. I don't know if I believe it.
Wait. There's two oceans. There's water ocean and it's cloud ocean. Oh my god.
Well, they're both water. One is a bit wider than the other.
I'll look up. There's water up there?
As there is not a cloud in
see the
sight
water one day.
above you all.
Wait, not even the original cloud?
Give me a perception, Dill. DC's just gonna keep getting higher, by the way. You see.
I'm gonna tell Dill, regardless of if he's telling a lie or not. We gotta see one day. I gotta see if it's really water up there. It can't be. There's no way. There's no way there's water in the cloud.
I mean, it's gotta be falling down from somewhere, when it rains.
Captain, it's not necessarily just water. But do you understand how water's life cycle works?
Nope.
So, whenever water gets too hot, it evaporates into the sky. So there is water in the sky. But it's not the same as the water we have down here. It's like clouds.
I don't know how. I don't know when. But one day we gotta go find these clouds.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Captain. It's almost impossible to go there. Even when I went there was a mistake. Yeah, pretty much. Even when I went there as a child, it was an accident. We didn't plan it, it just happened.
We need an accident to happen.
Bang D Boom, you're pretty inventive. You can roll me an insight. We'll see if what you're thinking.
Tough.
Yeah, you never really thought too much about building a sky ship. Or even a sand ship. Most ships.
Right.
But maybe it does interest you that if there's a whole ocean up there, like what sky ships are might see.
Yeah, give me some time. I'm sure I could cook something up, but you know, right now I'm in my battle rhino mindset, so skyships are not.
Wild battle rhino mindset.
Grind set.
It's really a lifestyle.
Bro, Cody said in the chat, now this is pod racing, bro. I'm dead. Lord Azrael, are you gonna talk about any of your loot?
Oh, I found some onion. Was it garlic?
Peaches.
You found sploosh?
Peaches. In a jar, and I said, "Yeah, that's what I found."
Alright. You're gonna talk about you're gonna talk about the wine or anything like that.
What wine? I don't know what you're talking about.
Heard that.
He's hiding that from me.
Bro.
As I pull my flask out of my pocket and take a swig.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead.
I was about to say, if everybody's rested, you know, y'all got all the loot y'all found on that ship or whatever phenomenon went on in that. You know, I think it's about time we get on marching to the asshole.
Azra does like big Azra does like a backflip, and he's now you're talking my language, and he's just like. Yeah, he just like starts doing like the little side to side like windmill stretches and whatnot, and he's just like he's going like full Broly like right now. He just flexes and he's just like lets out like a bit of a roar, and he's just like let's go get it, bro. Like let's do this. Like
I'm gonna walk over and mimic him. That's nice. You stretch.
Do an acrobatics. We'll see if Scarlet does a good backflip.
Let's go.
You're pretty dexterous. Oh my god. You do like a triple. You do like a triple and stick the landing, bro. Like
Scarlet flip.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Davos, is there anything you wanted to pitch in about anything anyone else wanted to say before we start to wrap?
No, I honestly didn't have too much.
You're just like extremely uncomfortable with the ground beneath your feet right now.
I'm pretty uneasy. Yeah, I'm like starting to feel some type of way about Leave Neil in general, but slightly yet undefined. So I'm still just kind of like rocking in that weird headspace of kind of like world shattering, I guess.
Yeah. I'm going to roll hit die for all of the camels and for all of the nomads off stream and for HP, everything. But everybody has enjoyed a wonderful short rest. I'll do the Falcon as so yeah, if like I said, if you guys had if you wanted to roll any hit die to potentially get any HP back, you do not get HP back automatically. Now is the time. Jeez, that is amazing. That's unfortunate right there, my friend.
Your vex if you didn't see it, but
yeah, I saw you do yours. I didn't see anyone else do theirs. That's why I wanted to make sure that I did mention it. And where we will pick up next time is you guys embarking want to go to close the gap in between y'all and Glass House.
I have a question to ask my brother in arms. Did you find any salvageable weapons on the ship? Or any ammunition?
Bruh.
Enjoy your view.
No, I didn't find any salvable ammunitions. I turned around with my back facing the group, but I did find some of this out of Shaka wine bottle.
That'll make him like
So, if I have an inkling of a suspicion that he might be lying and trying to sweeten me up with some alcohol, what would I roll?
I would do a contested deception versus insight. I'm gonna give Ragnar advantage, and you disadvantage.
Wait, did I lie?
You did say you didn't find any salvageable ammunition. Technically a deception, but you could. Oh my! Oh wow! Nah, this man crit failed. You're good.
You succeed.
You don't have to roll. Like you could still roll. You could still roll.
No. I'll just not roll in case I crit fail. I crit fail.
You have advantage. You would have to roll 2 crit fails to actually crit fail. You can roll with advantage deception. But this is
okay. I'll do that.
Pretty sewed up, but let's see if you crit.
I didn't mean to lie, by the way. I just didn't remember.
Oh wow, that is.
Oh wow, that's actually some shit.
Hear me out. Didn't I say it's gonna get lower and lower from here?
That is technically the same as your last roll. But that is technically the same as your last roll.
So low.
So what I would propose is like, I know Dill is probably gonna pop this bottle open as soon as you wave it in front of his face. It is the smell of a.
I have 2 of them. So
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it is the smell of a very, very rich, potent, and full-bodied, and very, 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 very finely aged and preserved sake.
Well, I'll throw that into his flask and then throw the rest into my water skin.
No, my
Hey, that's-
flask is full. My flask
Hey,
is
that's-
full.
Throw
I have
out
one
that
sip
cheap,
taken out of it.
brother. Throw out the cheap liquor and take premium.
Why would I not keep both?
Because I'm gonna use this water skin. I'm gonna throw some in the water skin and then give him the rest of the bottle. And then I'm gonna look to the captain and say, "Captain, for you," and I throw it towards.
Are y'all about to share? Are y'all about to share sake as a crew?
I believe
Oh.
we are.
Sakazuki cups, like all that kind of shit.
And then Davos as well.
Oh,
I hand Bang D Boom my flasks that has alcohol in it.
Yep, I pull out my my water skin, I guess. Pour a little in there. Or no, not my water skin.
And if you remember, Azrael doesn't drink, so I'll just pour like water into my cup.
Yeah,
I have a water skin with cactus juice if you want.
Oh, cactus juice is fine.
Let me look at my eyes.
I hand him my water skin with cactus juice.
But yeah. So is it just
I'm
the
gonna-
five of you, or are y'all extending the sake to?
We are extending it to everyone.
Yeah, I'm sharing it around.
Yeah, we also have some strong liquor from the other guy. We don't have enough, so we can pass it up. But I'm gonna pour my sake in a spent shell from Bang D Blast. You know, like a casing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like an empty shotgun shell. That's a massive one.
So Mia
Yeah.
hands Big Azra and Dalton Russ, and she has one for herself. These little tiny test tube type vials, and they all kind of everyone just kind of goes in and is lingering, and Big Azra's just oh, we should cheers, right?
That was the point.
we have to have a speech from Captain Scarlet first.
Oh man. Alright. Hello crewmates. I don't know what to tell you this speech about, but I'm very excited to go on this journey with you again. Decimate this glass house and all the weak companions. Take the loot, rob the pockets, and potentially find even greater adventures beyond it. Now, these glasses are to our hopes and our safety throughout this adventure. And I hope everybody can get back to the port happily and merry as we left. Let's cheers. We can go off.
Cheers.
Oh.
For the Scarlet Pirates.
Here. Cheers.
Also, there's that Scarlet has on her sheet, inspiring leader. So.
That's why I said Scarlet should make the speech.
Yeah, absolute W of the ending of the session. You guys sharing sake as a crew with the nomads, the ones that you invited at least. It's cool. Nobody remembers Enid, but that's who the cover story I will be posting tonight will be about. Spoilers. But not W session. This was a lot of fun. We didn't really do any like fighting or anything, and like I was really terrified of splitting the party. And when Ragnar decided to jump, yeah, that made me shit bricks a little bit. Crazy.
That was a crazy sequence.
I want you to know. I knew there's a chance I could die.
So
It was more than just a chance.
It was a very big chance I would die.
well, so
If you got freeze, you would have died.
So, but the thing is like if you would have succeeded out of the grapple, the bird would have had at least one or two more chances to grapple you before you splatted, right? But yeah, so everybody, make sure you add your temporary, your 7 temp HP. Temp HP does not stack, but you're not. So it overwrites the 5 that you already had, Lord Azrael, I believe. Because but it's fine. Everybody now has 7 temp HP, including the nomads. Like I said, I'll get all of their sheets ready and rocked and everything before we go for next week's session. We will potentially be missing another Tuesday later in the month just because holidays and things like that. We'll get back to you guys. I'll make a community post about that, but super W session. I had a lot of fun. If y'all want to do outros quickly, and then I'll get into the last session's cover stories. Let's go ahead and start with Pete.
Nothing in particular. W session. Follow last arc and Siege Rhino is inbound.
Let's go, Brother Ragnar.
You can find me on TikTok. Link should be somewhere in the description.
Great.
Sub to Brother Vex here on this channel. If you don't, you are a heathen, and I will be merciless. Shout out to my brothers in arms, Davos, and all these other niggas.
Bro.
Shout out to the last arc for sponsoring the stream, their support. Shout out to Cody, the chat, all y'all in the chat. I see y'all. Shout out to y'all. And that's all for me. You know, as usual, if you want to contact me, pray. And you know how God works; He doesn't answer those.
Brother Davos, Mikey D, Torimori, tell him what's up.
Yo, thank you, chat, for joining us tonight. It was awesome. I saw you guys popping off there. It was really fun watching you guys and just experiencing another Vex session, which these are always cooking. I mean, this is a desert section that is up there with like shifting sand land from Super Mario 64 for me at this point. Like, this is a ton of fun, and I'm really excited to see this glass castle next time. We're gonna toss all of our bricks through them. Get ready.
Wild. Chill Dill. Tell him what's good.
Group 2 is good. Group 2 solos. Group 3, I think, clears. I'm not too sure. I think I might have heard it once or twice before. Sub to the last arc. As Brother Ragnar said, go sub to his TikTok. Sub to Pete's channel, because he's going to be dropping some content on there soon.
So don't rush
And
me.
check back here next Tuesday at 8 p.m. EST for another Group 2 session.
Let's go. And then Balincc, you got anything you want to tell them?
Yeah, I'm gonna just say this was a great session. I had fun. I had fun seeing everybody characters have fun in the wackiest ways that Bucks to come up with this session. I see a landslide created by shit from centuries ago. That is crazy. But
Yeah, it was
Scarlet
kinda
wants to see
fire.
what's up going next time. Yo, chat.
Hype as can be. Thank you all, chat. We love you guys. Shout out to Kev in the chat. Shout out to Cody. That 2 other DMs of the Last Arc D&D. If you guys want to get in on Last Arc One Piece D&D, there's a ton of fun to be had. All the streamed ones are in the description. And then yeah, like all of the socials for the crew here in the description as well. Make sure you check out all these goats. Join the Last Arc's Discord. And follow Scarlet Pirates Twitter so you can catch these cover stories each week, like ahead of time, because this is gonna be the one from last session. So I'm gonna go ahead and read it, and then we'll close out. But it's been real. You guys are you guys are goated. Even you, Kev. Even you. We got cover story starting now. Exterior. A naval base perched atop a jutting clifftop surrounded by a sea and sky on almost all sides. The lighthouse, training grounds, and barracks can be seen as the land descends closer to the large capital city and the docks far below. Well, this new lot of recruits has certainly proved to be formidable, to say the least. A tall man with a cape that reads Justice repeats as he is catching his breath and wiping the sweat from his brow. He stands near an excited-looking doctor who is steadily analyzing a clipboard. Yes, who was that last one? She did quite a number on you, it seems, Lieutenant. I wouldn't expect anything less from that old man's granddaughter. I probably shouldn't have let her get a free shot in. I think I'll call it a day. Ah, so she's the prodigy. I remember seeing her results from the entrance exams. I should have known. Perhaps she could qualify for cipher pull training already. What do you think? I'd say so. Last time a rookie hit me that hard was when Goddard was still a recruit. But the commander wants to keep her close by until we can settle the situation in the north half. We still haven't seen the body, so we can't tell her anything about what happened. A fierce and narrow-eyed shorter female enlisted can be seen with bright orange hair drinking a gallon of milk and stretching. The other recruits seem to be whispering about her at a safe distance. The doctor and the lieutenant stood just out of earshot from her as the winds skated across the cliffside and ships could be seen sailing up to the neighboring port. Alright, y'all. Group 2 solos. Y'all have a wonderful night.